Beautiful. So I get the honor really to, yeah, for real, to actually document a year later since we've been working together because, Serena here has enrolled over a year ago in Becoming Light, has continued to stay connected in the community. And now yeah, and now we're working on like deeper stuff like beyond, just behind the chair. So I would love for you to start off with just introducing yourself, like your name and where you're located and your salon and all the things that you specialize in.
Yeah, so I'm Serena. I have a Costa now. I recently got married. I am located in Nassau, New Hampshire, but my salon is in Andover, Mass. And I do lots of magical things in salon.
Yeah. What kind of magical things do you specialize in salon?
So I do tarot readings. I do a little bit of aromatherapy with the oils, but it's mostly with the products that I use.
Mhm.
Um, and energy work, of course, my favorite. Everyone's favorite, really.
And let's start out by talking about who you are and maybe what motivated you a year ago to get on this journey.
Um, Last year when I first started working with you, I was just at the tip of the iceberg with the magic stuff, and I was just getting into it myself personally. And I thought, wow, this is really cool. I can include it in my business and somehow make more money and not be afraid to show that side of me. And once I started working with you, everything took off.
That's
Everything
amazing.
took off.
That's amazing. Can you remind me of where you were in your business, like in terms of maybe if you don't mind sharing, like a little bit about like maybe like an average like monthly revenue for you, or like what your like marketing was like?
Yeah, so not to brag, but I feel like I had a huge transformation
Absolutely,
because
brag.
I started my business. I started my suite with zero clients. Like I went off on my own and I wanted to completely rebrand everything. I didn't want to do all the root touch-ups I was doing at the salon I worked for. So I went off on my own. I did everything I wanted to and nothing I didn't want to. And I believe I started with like a 95 to 100 an hour rate. And that's what I was doing, but I was squeezing people in as fast as possible because they didn't want to pay a ton of money. And I was like, okay, like I'll get you in and out as fast as possible. And that's what I did for every service. Um, and I wasn't booked out at all because I was building. So I was kind of learning how to grow this business from scratch, which was really hard on my own. And also trying to uphold these boundaries on my own, which was really hard
We
because
talk about that a lot.
I'm not a toughie. Yeah, it's hard.
Mhm. And so what about the process then like worked really well for you? Like talk about that a
Um,
little bit.
it all worked out really well for me, every bit of it. Every bit of it. I made the jump from about 100 to 150 an hour, and it was so seamless. I lost one client, and it was the only person I kind of wanted to drop off, anyways.
Sure.
So that was amazing. Everyone's loved the transformation that I've made and all the changes that I continue to make. And now I'm not afraid of being flexible. Like I just change my menu when I feel like it. And I change my offerings when I feel like it. And people are like, cool, you're doing something new this month. Awesome. I want that. Instead of, I feel like before I felt like everything was so set in stone and this is the menu I have to have for the next 10 fucking years. Oh, sorry. I don't know if I'm supposed to
That's
swear,
okay.
but um like now it's just so much more fluid and it changes with me and I love that freedom.
That's beautiful. Can we talk a little bit about the marketing? Because I know that you had a background of working with other, maybe like do it yourself programs or some other, super systemic ways, and how that was helpful in some way, but it felt like you changed a lot in that way. Can you talk a little bit about your process for that?
Yeah, so of course I've tried like the caption templates everyone has from whatever hairdresser, influencer, person, and everybody has the same captions. I can see someone's captions now and be like, oh, you got that from this girl, and oh, you got that from him. I've seen those. I have that same template.
Mhm.
And now I know how to talk exactly to the person that I'm looking to attract. And it has worked. Every single one. Every single one of those posts that I've made since working with you has worked exactly the way I want it to. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
that's amazing. Yeah, because I remembered that we were talking. I mean, I think that your numbers have grown exponentially in terms of follower count.
Mhm.
But I think that that was less important to you. And it was more about attracting your clients who want to travel and be with you, and really receive from you, not only like the expertise that you have to offer within hair, but also the unique expertise that you offer like energetically and like within wellness and holisticism for your clients. Yeah,
I think my follower count maybe doubled,
it doubled.
and I didn't have a huge follower base, whatever it's called on Instagram, but it really doesn't matter now that I'm booked. Like
Mhm.
that's what I wanted. I wanted to be booked.
Yeah. So now you're booked and now you're busy and now you're able to be adaptable and change your menu. Yeah. And now you have packages. Now you just have like 3 packages, right?
Yeah. I
Can you
cut
tell
those.
about
I was
can you
like,
can you tell
yeah.
me what those packages are?
So I used to have just hourly. When I started working with you, I had like 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, four. And I would have a list of things that they could choose from. And then it gets into, well, how much hair do you have? And people don't know how much time they need. And I know that works for some people, but it just wasn't the best for me. And now it's like a very no bullshit. You either get this or this or this. Like you can't mess it up. You really can't.
Yeah.
And
I
it's just
mean,
made it so much easier for people to book, and I'm getting less people emailing me and DMing me asking, "Well, what should I get if I have this?" Or, "I want a little bit of that." Like, it's right there. This is exactly what you're getting.
that's beautiful. So
Yeah.
now I want to go deeper because of course I wanted to like recognize like the growth, that everything that you did, but I also want to talk about like big picture, like how has this impacted your life, you know, and in the first 90 days, like let's talk about that. Like how did it impact your life within like the first 90 days of like working together?
I felt free, honestly. I
Mhm.
felt free to make whatever changes I wanted to in my business, and I didn't feel so, like, tied down with a program. Which
Mhm.
is weird because I feel like I like that sort of thing. I like really systemic, Capricorn me, but
Mhm.
I like having all this freedom and fluidity,
Beautiful.
and that's lasted the whole year. So that's
I
been my
love,
favorite part, I think.
yeah, just like being like more like this.
Mhm.
Love that. So
'Cause
now
that's
let's go even bigger picture. Like how has this impacted like even more like your clients, maybe your personal life? Like
mm, I feel like I'm more calm with my clients. Not that I was uptight or, like, mean, but now my clients are so aligned. They're, like, the perfect fit all the time, all the time, and I don't have people pushing back and pushing buttons because they know exactly what they're walking into.
mhm,
And I'd say like family life, personal life, same thing, more free, more fluidity, more calm because my business is running itself for the most part and I'm getting to do whatever I want outside of that.
beautiful. Yeah, I mean, you were working 2 jobs before.
Oh yeah, I
Do you
totally
remember that?
yeah, oh my god. Well,
You were
I'm so
working two
thankful.
jobs at that time, and
I'm
you,
so thankful for that because I wouldn't have my first salon and I wouldn't have my second without working that job. And I wouldn't have
yeah,
gone to cosmetology school without that job.
a
But
hundred percent. But like
I
now,
was
like you
blessed
are
enough.
like focused solely like on this business, which is amazing.
And now I can even step back and everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah. Now you're married. Now you're on the way to having a baby. Now you're a
Uh-huh.
salon owner, and now you're building out a program for your clients. A lot's changed in a year, sis.
I know. Literally, this is like my 10 of cups moment right now.
It
With all
really
of this.
is. It's like flowed over. That's amazing. So I would love to talk. You wanted to, I remember when we booked this, you had wanted to talk about how energy work like had impacted your life. So would you like to share with the audience of like what did this do for you?
Energy work?
Hmm.
Oh, I use it every day. I use it
Yeah.
on the dog, I use it on myself, the baby. Um, well, I also took Reiki 1 and 2, and I use that all the time too on
Yeah.
objects, on rooms, on
Hmm.
everything. The husband loves it. He's loved it from the start. His daughter loves it. Anytime she's got a headache, she can't sleep, I need energy work. I need energy work. Um, that I just love it because I can use it at any time of day,
Hmm.
anywhere I am, no matter what. No one's gonna notice. I don't need to do a whole crazy thing,
Hmm.
and it just shifts my mood. It shifts how I'm feeling. If there's a pain, an ache, a worry, whatever it just is so soothing. I think that's why I'm so calm now.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a real transformation to even watch it. Yeah, I mean, you're a lot watery. You're more watery now, which is cool to watch.
I didn't even know I could be like that. It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, even coming full circle where you're talking about the business before and how squeezing in clients, lacking boundaries, being a people pleaser, the hustle and grind of working, multiple jobs just to make the ends meet and probably the fight or flight. I mean, it was necessary at the time because you were
Yeah,
building a business from the ground up, but it was like activating probably a lot of just like, like, how do I feel safe? How do I feel safe? And so being able to anchor that in now probably feels just so fulfilling in a small amount of time.
yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought I'd see all this transformation in this 1 year.
Yeah. What would you say to anybody, any other hairdressers who are watching this now?
Do it. Jump in, do it.
I was like, would you do it again?
Yes, I mean, hello, I'm here. I am doing it again.
Yeah, you are.
Um, it's so I'm someone that loves systems, and you have systems, but it's so tailored to each one of your students,
Mhm.
and I think that's the most amazing part. So, like, everybody can benefit from it. There's no one that can't.
I love that.
Like, you may know all the magic already, so come get the business part, and you'll still learn some magic along the way, or vice versa. Like, it works for everyone and where they're at and where they're going.
I love that. Now I want to talk into bigger picture and what are your plans because my love of this is to help you all get out of that toxic hustle and grind mode that we were so raised in within the salon industry and something that we're all working as a collective to gently untangle. And I love the idea of wealth being so many multifaceted aspects. And so that's freedom, it's time, it's like delicious time with your family and your friends and time off and like kind of checking that guilt and shame attached to taking time off or charging a certain amount. But it's also giving you that freedom and flow to be the magician and the creator. And so, like, what are you creating now?
I am creating a course for consumers, which is really exciting. And I'm going to teach them how to detox their hair and their products and just overall get into a non toxic beauty routine.
Yeah. And why has that been so important to you personally?
Because I went through this crazy transformation of detoxing almost everything in my life to the best of my ability. You know, you can't live completely non toxic here
No, no.
as much as you want to. Um, but I've seen so many changes in my life, in my health, in my hair. If we're just talking hair, my hair has changed a whole lot.
Yeah,
And I want to help everyone that wants to learn about it that can't visit my salon.
I love that. I'm so excited to continue working with you on this and to unleash it.
Okay.
Yeah. And then allow you to create this other avenue for you to have success in your business. So you're not always feeling like you have to like work behind the chair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, any last thoughts or words of wisdom for anybody who's watching this?
Seriously, join.
Well, I'm excited. I'm delighted to continue to work with you. It's been such a pleasure to continue to have you plugged into the community. I mean, you stayed connected this entire year, which is why I love like having people just stay a member like once they buy in, so that you can continue to receive. So it's been a delight to like watch this whole unfolding over a year, and I really appreciate you sharing your story because I think that it inspires so many other hairdressers to know that they can do it too, particularly because like you just kind of went like balls out and just started your own salon suite with no clientele really. And like, look at you now, like a year later, like it's an amazing transformation. So it's beautiful that you were able to come online and share it with us.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh.